last episode of Sailing Safar, we'd arrived in the anchorage off Playa Francesa at the north of Lanzarote after a 6-day non-stop solo passage to the Canary Islands. After a night at anchor, I slowly cruised down the coast and arrived in Porto Calero Marina, where I resupplied Safar and then departed again for an anchorage to the south of Lanzarote. My initial intention for this manoeuvre was for the bow to go to port so I could leave the marina trot in ahead, but unfortunately Safar's long keel and prop walk had other intentions. Alright, got the anchor is down and we are in Papagayo or Papagayo. It's yeah, it seems nice. It's a shame it's so windy. We've anchored in the deeper or slightly deeper section. It's 8 meters deep here, and I've got about 50 meters of chain out. I'll just see how we sit on this anchor for a little bit, and then maybe I'll jump in and go for a quick swim and see if I can swim down onto the chain as well. After a nice peaceful day at anchor, I turned my attention towards the next passage. Good morning. Just making a coffee, and then I'll probably lift anchor and sail over to Tenerife. It's a bit of a rolly night at anchor. I don't know if you can see that, but we're just sort of rolling 5 degrees, occasionally a bit more, but yeah, it's a pretty nice day. See, we've just got a bit of breeze starting to fill in now as well, so I guess it's going to be a really good sail, I would imagine. Obviously an overnight passage again, so probably not get a lot of sleep tonight, particularly as I think in the middle of the evening will be when I end up having to cross the TSSs between the islands. So I think it's important we just try to get some good rest as well during the daylight hours, just to make sure we got plenty of sleep in the bank as such. But yeah, alright, I'm gonna crack on with my preparations. I'm gonna try call the marina as well. They've not replied to my emails, so I just need to make sure 100% that I have a berth before I sail that 160 miles to them. Cool. Well, we're making good progress. We got the Aries, the wind vane steering is taking us on a pretty good course right now, and yeah, we're just sort of averaging about 6.5, 6.2 knots. We're not actually allowed to be at the marina until 3 in the afternoon tomorrow anyway, so we're probably going, you know, a little bit too fast right now to arrive there on time, but we can always slow down or you know, maybe go to anchor at you know, once we're there. Conditions wise, it's really nice. I mean, obviously it's grey, so that's not, you know, optimal, but the swell, it's incredible to watch. I mean, the camera is not going to pick up the ground swell, but it's huge. You know, it's really amazing to see the enormity and the power involved that's just, you know, surging towards us. But Safar's just riding it really nicely, you know, probably 2 or 3 meters at least, and we're just riding straight over it. So yeah, we're at the moment, I feel so positive about this trip. You know, it's, yeah, we're really going to have a good time, I think. Yeah, just having a quick look again at the route, checking our progress. And so you can see we departed from Papagayo this morning, and we are here now. So we're basically 50 miles into the passage now. And yeah, we're absolutely spanking along. Yeah, we've really been making some good mileage today. There's a boat here called Sea Pearl just off our port beam. Not quite sure what she is, but she's quite a modern rigged vessel. She set off not long after me, and she's slowly, very slowly, been creeping up on us. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm so impressed with Safar right now, for the fact that we're just steaming along, you know, 7-8 knots just appearing there. We're just hammering it. We really are a reaching machine. Part of me wants to shake out the last reef that I have in the main, just to really see what we can do. But the truth is I don't think, you know, I think our hull speed's like 7.2 knots. I don't think shaking the reef out would give us any more speed. I think it's just gonna add a bit more stress and give us a bit more leeway, probably. So we're fine as we are. So what have we got left to do? Well, we're heading down to San Miguel, which is down here. So that shows as 108 miles, but that's dissecting at an angle through this TSS. We're going to have to take that at a kind of right angle, unfortunately. So we'll actually add well, probably a few miles just going through that correctly. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with how the day's going. It's all of those shitty days on the passage down here seem like a distant memory, and this is one of those days which is really for the sailors, you know. This is one of the good ones to remember. Well, day one is just coming to an end, or at least the daylight hours are coming to an end now. Yeah, I've been really happy with the progress so far we've made. and I'm hoping it just stays up overnight. If it stays like this, it'll be great. We've still got one reef in the main, and we're flying the full Yankee and the staysail, and then the Aries has been on the helm since we departed, and it's done a pretty cracking job. The wind is it is shifting a little bit in terms of its direction occasionally, so the Aries is just sort of snaking off occasionally, so I have to give one of the snaffle lines a bit of a pull, and then that just changes the direction of the orange vein that you see, changes that slightly, and that'll either cause the boat to harden up or to veer off a little bit. So yeah, we're making a bit too much north now, so I've just given it a couple of pulls, so I'm hoping that should sort of bring us back down and we'll veer away a little bit more. Sea Pearl, the 39 footer, is still with us. She's about sort of 3 miles now off the beam. I would imagine that we're both heading to the same location at this point. I've not actually spoke to them, but just judging by the course that they've been making, I feel like they'll probably be on their way to San Miguel as well, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later tonight.
I'd later discover that Sea Pearl was actually a modern Janu, who actually arrived 30 minutes after Safar, after the 160-mile passage.
Well, it is the evening. As you can see, it's dark. I've just got up after a nap. I took 30 minutes, and well, as you can see, we are absolutely flying along at the moment. Yeah, we're absolutely foaming. We're basically on course as well. The Aries is steering a pretty good course. Probably just going to crack off or come on a little bit more, just to give myself a little bit more sea room around Gran Canaria. Also, I have got that Sea Pearl still on my beam, a couple of miles out still, and so just to be safe, because I know that they'll be going around the top as well, I think maybe I should just come out a little bit more overnight while I clear Gran Canaria. I'm not going to take long sleeps tonight, just because we are quite close to the coast again, so I'll just keep doing like 30 minutes tops. Got the radar set at the moment, so the radar's on, and that's just doing every 3 minutes it kicks in and it'll do 30 scans, and then it'll kick off again with guard zone set. So guard zone 1 is at 2 miles and guard zone 2 is set to 4 miles ahead. So if anything comes within that distance, in theory it's going to alarm, and that's going to wake me up. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. It's time for bed.
I'm frequently asked about my sleep routine when I'm solo sailing, and I won't lie, it is quite tough. I aim to take 30 minutes, or 45 if it's quiet, but in reality, I probably only get about 20 minutes of proper sleep.
Well, it's a little after midnight, and the the wind is pretty much dropped out almost. We're just at this point now, so we got the wind sort of right behind us from a northeasterly direction, and so we could either take it all the way across what little wind there is across the TSS over to Tenerife shore, but then this is all like a wind hole here, so there's absolutely nothing there. So what I've thought I would try is instead I would head down the coast and aim for this corner of the TSS here, dead downwind all the way down, and then I would just scoot across on a beam reach. So I've had to go wing on wing. I should be able to show you. So I've put the pole out, we've gone wing on wing, and not really enough wind to keep everything all filled, so we've really slowed down. We're doing, well, we're doing 4.5, 5 knots right now. Yeah, which is a shame because we were having such a good time of it. But yeah, we'll just keep playing around with the trim here for a little bit, and then if I'm happy enough, I'll go try get some sleep again. Well, it's almost sunrise and I feel like absolute crap. Definitely ready for more sleep, that's for sure. We're back to wing on wing again, and I've got the staysail sort of just sheeted down the middle really. The auto helm's on at the moment as well, steering the course. Just for dead downwind, it seems to be a bit better than the Aries. Well, yeah, in the light conditions. Unfortunately, the roll of the swell is just spilling the wind from the sails, and so it's quite tricky to actually get any sort of rest really, because all you hear is bang, bang, and then, you know, you're worried, you're like, oh shit, maybe I need to check that out. Anyway, clearly I'm grouchy this morning. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna stop filming. I'm gonna go get another 30-40 minutes sleep, and then it's breakfast time. Well, we have just thrown the jibe in and we are now heading west. So we're just doing a course of 270. So yeah, perfectly. Which is good. Making great speed, 6.2. And we're just gonna clip the very bottom corner of that TSS as we make way now to San Miguel. Because we're going to be so early today, we're not allowed in till 3 apparently. So I think what we'll do is, there's a little anchorage there, or just down the coast, so I think we'll stop by the anchorage and drop the hook. Failing that, it's been a long time since I've done any sort of heaving to with this boat, so maybe I might just heave to for a bit and see how she goes. I'll figure it out when I get there. I think realistically going to anchor and maybe trying to catch an hour or 2 of sleep would be a good thing.
After filming the last clip, the wind completely died out, so I ended up just slowly motoring towards the marina. With the end of this passage, marks the end of my 2023 season, as I sadly have to return to work to fund my next set of adventures. Rest assured, I will be back with Safar in the new year for more adventures, and I'm really excited for it. In the meantime though, why don't you check my social media out, as I will upload various bits of footage and content to that, particularly on Instagram and Facebook. I really hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I look forward to catching up with you in the comment section.